That's my my subject. Why aren't you transparent? I right before this discussed the topic with the living martyr. Now you might think because he's the living martyr and he presents an Easter Island, what are they called again? Easter Island what? Statue? That you would think, oh, if he's an Easter Island statue, he must not be transparent. But he is as transparent as I am. I see right through him, he sees right through me.
My mom and an Easter Island head in terms of gregariousness and encouragement.
That was really priceless. Only Adam Carolla on Earth could come up with that. That is my belief. 1-8-PRAGER 776-877-243-7776. So why aren't you transparent? That's my question to those of you who are not. What are you afraid of? You robbed a bank 8 years ago? I mean, I understand that. But I'm very serious. I don't relate to the lack of transparency that people aim for. If you, my view, I guess, is, look, this is who I am. If you reject me, then fine. So I'll move on to somebody who will accept me. Why would you want to be accepted by people whom you hide from? Then you're not being accepted, correct? If you're closed, the people who like you, you are almost afraid of. Right? If I really showed them who I was, then they wouldn't be in my life. 1-8-PRAGER 776-877-243-7776. This is a very important subject. I don't know how you have close friendships if you're not transparent. I don't know how you have a good marital relationship if you're not transparent. A beautiful trait worthy of developing. It's something that I have realized my whole life, and it's a powerful thing. One 8-PRAGER 776. I hope our lines are working here because I don't see anything coming up, so I will just continue. On the happiness hour, it never happens, so I don't know if we have a breakdown of our system. These are the two most important hours for the phone lines to work. But, it is what it is, right? Why would you want to live like that? Is it something that you felt as a child? When do people develop? Are children transparent? So you have to really develop. You say yes. So you have to develop being closed. It's a sort of a conscious decision. I mean, there may be children where that's not true, but I don't know how that would be. This is truly a significant subject. There is no gain in non-transparency because it's sort of like you're faking it. Really, when you think about it, what is it? I would love to know. This is the one of the great values to me personally of doing the radio show. Getting to hear from so many people is almost unique. I mean, very few people have this opportunity. I mean, ironically, every one of you has the opportunity just listening to the show. It's the same opportunity I do. You really do learn a lot about human beings. I would like to know, I mean, ideally, I would like to know, what is it you hide and why? Who do you think will reject you? I have to believe that that's what it is. You know, I'll give you a tiny example. When I started radio, I decided if I were interviewing a guest and they said something and I didn't understand it, it was a new subject or something I just didn't understand, or they used a word I didn't understand, would I go, to give the impression to the listeners that I knew exactly what the person was saying? Or do I say, I'm sorry, could you explain that to me? I mean, that was a conscious decision to be transparent. I was not going to hold back from listeners that I was ignorant about something. And by the way, that way I learned. I've told you this, and it's made an impact on you. It's an amazing thing, the aphorisms in Hebrew that I learned in my religious education from elementary school through high school. There must have been 100 aphorisms, every one of which changed my life. There's a very famous one, it's thousands of years old, a Jewish saying in Hebrew. I'll just tell it to you in English. The easily embarrassed does not learn. And I thought, wow, that is brilliant. Do you know that is one of the ways I learned the languages that I learned? Because I was never afraid to make mistakes in the countries that spoke those languages. If people laughed at me, I could handle it. But they never laughed at me. They laughed with me. Do you ever laugh at anybody from a foreign country who speaks English with a mistake? Of course not. You're just dazzled that they could speak English at all. I'm dazzled by that. I made a mistake in Hebrew once, which I speak pretty close to fluently. In Hebrew, the word for taxi service and the word for bathroom is the same, or very close. They're the same, basically. So I walked around the Tel Aviv bus terminal asking, "Hey, where are the toilets to Jerusalem?" And everybody cracked up. And when I learned why, I cracked up too.
The Dennis Prager Show, live from the Relief Factor Pain-Free Studio.